Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel, and welcome to the Croseus front. Now, with my Infinite Porter, I didn't actually do all of it at Archaeology. I did come down to the Croseus front and spent a little time doing Hunter. Now, basically what you can do is get pretty good Hunter XP, as well as fishing, woodcutting, and other XP as well, at the Croseus front. And what you can do by skilling, providing you've got the correct Pontifact ring, is you can have a chance of getting troves. Now, even though the Hunter XP is absolutely amazing, it's really good, something like 600k per hour. What you have the chance of getting every sort of couple of minutes, I think it's locked at 6 to 8 minutes, you have a chance to get a Elder Trove. Now, because I have the tier 3 ring, I can get tier 3 troves. Again, I've done a whole video on the Croseus skilling methods, which I'll make sure to put in the corner of the video. But what we're going to do in this video is cracking open the 100 Elder Big Troves tier 3, which we unlocked, to see just how good money it currently is. Now, the big pages are way higher than they used to be. I think they're approaching something like 10 to 14 mil. Just to be correct, we'll go and check actually now. We are looking at 10.5 mil, which again, for big pages is a little bit lower than they have been. They have been up towards 14 mil over the past couple of weeks. But because of that, I decided to come and camp here for a little bit. It gave me a break from Archaeology because I just couldn't look at warp depths anymore. And it gave me a little bit of Hunter XP as well. For a bit of a ratio as well, for 100 Elder Big Troves, I got 3.5 mil Hunter XP. Again, pretty AFK. You always want to make sure to pick on these ones which have got the lights on them, rather than the ones which don't. But again, they do run out of resources eventually, so you do have to hop. It isn't absolutely full AFK compared to some of the Archaeology methods we've been doing, but again, for Hunter method, it's really good XP and it's really AFK as well. But let's see what it is in terms of GP. Now, these things you get, the fungal spores, they do have a value, and I can go and show you how much we've got in terms of that. So in terms of the troves, you can actually get 10 per hour, and to get a trove, you need to sort of skill between 6 and 12 minutes in terms of when that activates. However, to get to tier 3 trove, you do need to have a Pontifact Shadow Ring with the appropriate charge to be able to get it. And I believe it's tier 3 or above to be able to get tier 3 troves. Now again, there are plenty of methods to do for troves. You don't have to do Hunter, but for me, Hunter's the one with the best XP and the most worthwhile. You can also do mining, fishing, woodcutting, and Hunter, and you only need to do the City of Cenistine quest to be able to access it. So in terms of what loot we've got from doing all this Croseus, we have got all of these spores. Now, I don't know if these spores can be used in player-owned farms. If they can, I know that mushrooms are quite a problem to be able to get, but in terms of how much we've loot from there, 4 mil, which again, like, I'd say the Hunter XP is more important than the actual loot there. But 4 mil is still something where you're actually actively doing Hunter. But what the main loot and the main GP you're going to get is going to come from is these Elder Troves. So the point of this video was to show you, like, look, this is how much you can make from this. This is how much XP you can get from this Croseus Hunter method. So we're going to unlock and open all of these troves. And as you can see, there's 3 big pages already, which is absolutely massive. I'm just going to spam them because, like, obviously, you don't need for me to just sit there and talk through every single one. And obviously, we can see what the loot will crack up to be as well. So, not only that, the drop table from the big troves is actually not horrific. You can get other things like Dragonkin bones, the quiver pieces as well will have some form of value. And plenty of other drops which do have some sellability or some usability as well. Now, we kind of got pretty lucky in the first couple of chests, and we got 5 big pages, and that's pretty much all we seem to get. So as we go through the price check, we can sort of talk through all the other items. So in terms of pure GP, we got 600k. In terms of the rune items, we got 10 large rune plate bodies. We also got 16 large blunt rune salvage. In battle staffs, 120. We had 100 royal dragon hides. Potions, again, this is a good way to get some extremes, especially if you're like Iron Man and stuff. If you want to get some big pages, you can pick up some decent extremes ready for your overloads. So we got 84 extreme magics, which was 900k, 36 super attacks, 80k there, 36 extreme ranges, which are stupidly cheap, and that was 200k, 36 super restores, and then we got some golden fruit trees, and then some stink mushroom spores. Again, seeds are just not worth anything anymore. It's just very strange sort of time where seeds aren't worth that much. Mahogany planks, again, very cheap. Soul runes, we got some dragon stones, which is another couple of 100k. Onyxes are pretty good, to be fair. They seem to be like the second or third best drop. Orichalcum salvage and wine of Sara are going to bring that up a decent amount, and the dragonkin bones up in price, 15k each, so that's 9.4 mil. The fragments of Pernix Quiver as well are going to be 2 mil there. So just in normal drops, we've made like 11.4 mil there. And then once we've thrown in the manuscripts of Bic, we're going to be at 64 mil. Again, I do think this is a little bit on the bad RNG side. I do think we could have got a bit more with the big pages. As you see, we got really lucky the first couple of troves, and then we sort of like dropped in our luck afterwards. But that's 64 mil from what I would consider about 12 hours work, maybe a little bit less because you can roughly get about 10 per hour. But if we do it off 12, then that way I know that the GP can be solid on what we recommend. But that's roughly going to be a price of about 5.5 mil per hour, which for the Hunter XP you're going to get, and again I've included the spore prices as well, so you're roughly going to be about 68 mil. 5.5 mil per hour is pretty solid there as well. But again, in terms of the Hunter XP you're going to get, that was over like 5 to 600k Hunter XP per hour, which is mental, like with how AFK it is. And the fact you can bring in some profits and stuff, that's just even better. Now, one of the things people say is this could be a good way to use your big book and then also replace the pages as well. Yep, that is probably one of the best ways you're going to do it. Again, would I have made more money doing archaeology? So 5 mil per hour, I would think that archaeology would push that or maybe exceed it. So in hindsight, maybe it would have been better to camp a spot, especially if you're looking to sell all the materials. If you were looking to sell all the materials and not use any artifacts, you've made a lot of money from archaeology. But Bic is very good, and the Bic spots as well will be there for a considerable amount of time as well. You can go and do some skilling in the Croseus area and get some serious XP if you didn't want to do the archaeology. So just to go over some of the XP methods as well. So you can do the 4 skills. So fishing is going to come in at 220k. Again, for fishing, that's almost worth it. That's pretty decent XP. Hunter is going to be 575k. Again, that's the one I would strongly recommend. For me, I would probably look at doing that if I wanted to earn some money towards like 150, 200 mil. Very good option there, to be fair, to AFK some Hunter. And especially if you use proteins all the time, that's probably the way I'd recommend people going to get pet, that or butterflies, because butterflies give you a little bit of agility XP as well. I don't need that because I'm maxed, but for me, Croseus is where I'm going to do my Hunter. Mining, a little rough at 45k an hour, possibly not worth it, and woodcutting as well. 70k XP an hour for woodcutting is not what I'd probably recommend. But pretty decent in terms of the loot. Again, a nice little chunk of change from the old Porter. I would like to estimate that from actually doing all of the AFK in for the Porter, I've probably made around 4 to 500 mil just from AFK. Now, I have seen some pictures on Reddit of people making quite easily over a bill just from AFK and archaeology spots, which is absolutely mental. I probably slacked a little bit on my Infinite Porter buff, but if you still have some days left and you're looking for some Hunter XP, do very much recommend the Croseus spot, or if you're looking to train any of the 4 skills, the Croseus spots can probably outperform a lot of skilling areas with the XP you can get as well. Like I know for fishing, sailfish, rocktails, all that lot are quite considerably under 5 mil an hour. So the Croseus spot is probably where you're going to make the most GP for that skill. Hunter, you can make more money at places like Igneous Jadinkus or Crystal Skill Chompers. They're about 12 mil per hour, or even Big Game Hunter if you're looking to do that. However, again, this was fully AFK and you didn't have to actually do anything or actively hunt. You just had to click every now and then for a little bit of a Hunter buff if you wanted to do it as well. But yeah, that was a little loot video from my Porter time. One thing I do have as well, which I'm not sure when I'm going to do it because the prices of colours at the minute are just too high. What my main loot from archaeology is that I've now rounded off the Demonheim sets to 160. So this is going to be 40 Tetra compasses, as well as the 13 I have from just normal archaeology. Means we're going to be able to do 53 Tetra compasses at some point in the near future, and have a nice big loot video for that as well, in the hopes that we get the key for the Tony's Matic. So that's going to be coming at some point, maybe when the colour prices settle down. They're just a little bit too expensive for how many I need to buy, but we will come back about that at some point as well. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. Plenty of content coming very, very soon to the channel as well. We're going all the way to the end of the year. 7 videos a week, so if you're looking forward to that, make sure to drop a subscription and like the video if you have enjoyed it as well. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.